The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of Paranormal Buzz Radio or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is strictly prohibited. For information on everything Paranormal Buzz Radio has to offer, visit our website, paranormalbuzzradio.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Exploring the Unknown with Rebecca and Shay. Taking stories from today's news, Rebecca and Shay will explore everything from the paranormal, supernatural, the strange and unusual, unsolved mysteries, and more. Join them as they delve deep into the unknown and mysterious. Taken from news headlines. Water cooler chat with a paranormal twist. Only on Paranormal Buzz Radio.
Hey Shay, how's it going?
It is going peachy keen. How are you doing?
Oh, doing good. Doing great. Getting ready for Christmas. Been decorating. How about you?
No, because I have to call him Twin Boy. I always do because he doesn't like his name mentioned on the show. But he doesn't listen to any of these shows, so I can say Twin Boy and he doesn't know, but I said I wouldn't say his name. So,
well, that works.
Yeah, so the Twin Boy hasn't showed up to get the stuff from the basement, and with my back, I can't carry it.
Oh, gotcha.
If it was up to me, I would not even decorate.
I know. I'm not a big fan of Christmas, but we do it. And yeah. I say I'm not a big fan, and I've got 3 Christmas trees and that stupid elf running around here. That elf on the thing.
You know, we gotta do what we gotta do. Kate likes a tree. I'm allowed to mention her name. She likes, and I love decorating it with her and stuff, but I'm the one who has to take it down and break it down, and it's only up for a couple weeks, and I'm just like...
It's a lot of work. It is.
Yeah.
And then that stupid elf. I don't know, the idea of inviting an elf into your house and letting them walk around just creeps me out.
Are we talking about the same elf, or do you really have a midget running around your house in an elf costume? I'm just...
It's an elf on the shelf.
Okay, I have one.
Yeah, elf on the shelf, although ours is like a Chicago Cub elf. But yeah, no, the whole idea just kind of creeps me out.
I wanted one so bad because my kids had toys, and I had all these ideas for dirty elf on the shelf posts, and because you know me. And I didn't get one till after the fire, so my kids are grown. I don't have Barbies, because let me tell you what the elf would be doing to the Barbies.
Well, it almost might work better with grown kids. Yeah.
But now I don't have the stuff, and I'm not going to go buy things to do the elf on the shelf, but I do finally have one.
It would be easier if he would move himself, because I forget about 90% of the time, and I gotta try and make sure he moves to a spot where I'm going to see him first thing in the morning, so I remember to do it when I wake up.
Because you have young kids, so you have.
Yeah.
She doesn't. Yeah. Amelia doesn't listen to the show, right?
I'll make sure she doesn't listen to this one.
I'm your co-host. There's no way you should let her ever listen to the show with my mouth. But just saying, But yeah, so you gotta keep up on it. Mine was just more fun, and the last one I did last year was the toilet paper one with up or down. Is the toilet paper roll supposed to be over or under?
Oh well, yeah, no. Ours, he has to move every single day. And if he doesn't, she freaks out, worries about him, and then he has to bring presents too, and it is a lot of work.
Oh, he has to bring presents too?
Well, she's got a December birthday, so he has to bring her a birthday present, and I don't know. Like I said, just the whole idea of, inviting an elf into your house to walk around, just creeping me out.
All right, so this was a very long intro.
Yeah, we did.
But we haven't seen each other face to face in a few weeks.
Yeah,
so
it's been a while.
Yeah. So what are we talking about today?
So today we're talking about paranormal stuff. Yay, we're back on ghosty things. So today's article is called Top 10 Paranormal Myths. It's an article on the Travel Channel. I don't see when this was published, but
I don't either, actually.
Yeah, I like to know when they're published because then I can, kind of gives you an idea of how long ago it's been out there. But anyway.
Damn it, Travel Channel, update your stuff.
But maybe it's all the way at the bottom. I don't know.
Yeah.
So do ghosts only come out at night? Does Bigfoot exist? Just because the paranormal is the realm of the unexplained doesn't mean that there isn't any explaining to do. Humans have always sought to give definition to the world around us and even to the worlds that may be beyond us. As a result, over the course of millennia, we have developed countless theories and told endless stories within the realm of paranormal pop culture. And there have been a lot of misconceptions that have been taken root in the public's consciousness. Believe it or not, even when dealing with the mysterious realm of ghosts, aliens, and creatures, there are some things we can be fairly confident labeling as false. So, to clear up some incorrect assumptions about the unexplained, let's take a look at the top 10 paranormal myths.
And we can take a vote on who agrees and who doesn't agree. Because a lot of times we're on the same page, but sometimes we're not. Just like Ricky Schroeder,
Exactly, just like silver spoons. We can agree to disagree.
Yep. Yep.
All right, so here's number 1. Paranormal facts exist. The term paranormal applies to anything currently beyond the range of scientific explanation. So anyone who claims they have access to the rulebook of the paranormal and that they know a foolproof way of making a ghost go boo is probably a charlatan or about to be pretty famous.
I love that.
Right? Plenty of researchers, including reputable scientists, have compelling theories about unexplained phenomena and are attempting to apply those utilizing the scientific method. But so far, paranormal facts don't quite exist.
Oh.
I think when they become fact, then they become non-paranormal. I mean,
they won't become fact until they're scientifically proven.
Right, but once they're scientifically proven, then it's not paranormal any longer.
Yep. I'm sorry, that is the best sentence I've ever read in anything. They're either a charlatan or wait, hold on.
About to become really famous.
Yes, that is so the truth, though. It really is.
So true. So true. Okay, let's look at number 2. Number 2, ghosts only come out at night. Yeah, this one I've been debunking for a while.
Yeah, it's so false.
There are a lot of reasons for ghosts to haunt at night. The world quiets down as the day fades away. Some locations will only let you enter after the close of daytime business hours. It is much creepier at night, and most importantly, it's the best time to play with your sweet night vision camera.
True.
So true.
And the blinky things.
Oh, yeah.
As
sure.
John from Phantom Science would say, blinky. That's where I got that from. Yeah.
But if you want to chase ghosts, you can just as effectively do it during the day, according to most paranormal researchers. In fact, it might even be a more effective time because that's when the dead were probably most alive.
All right. So, do you think ghosts have a time, a conception of time? Is that the right word? Do you know what I mean? Like, they know it's night, they know it's day. I mean, like even residuals. Like,
I was going to say that's what popped into my head first is residual haunting, you know.
They just replay over and over.
One of the best ways I used to describe residual activity is, the guy who came home from work every day at 3 o'clock in the afternoon for 50 years, He walked in that door every day at 3 o'clock, so when the door opens at 3 o'clock, then, that's residual activity. Yeah, but then again, I think there's some that just have no concept of time. Like
where it's just all right, here's my opinion. where it's just a recording of time or recording of an event. It doesn't necessarily know it's 3, so it can be happening all the time. But that's when we most recognize it, because there's something behind it that can say, he came home at 3. But it's the same thing that happens over and over, which is the definition of residual. Like, there's no intelligence behind it. It's just, it is what it is. This is the most foot traffic path this person took, so they just keep doing it.
Right, exactly. So yeah, I think, some things are based on the time frame, but then there's others that, like some of the intelligent hauntings and stuff, I don't think that they have any concept of the time thing,
Just in case, that slim possibility somebody's listening that doesn't know the difference between intelligent haunting and residual, and you can tell I'm not drinking this week because I have actual questions. Do you want to explain the difference between... You can laugh, it's okay. Do you want to explain the difference between residual haunting and an intelligent haunting? And then I'll say if I agree or don't agree.
Sure. Okay. So residual is the energy that's left behind by humans living in a location for a certain period of time. So the more you walk over a location, the more energy that is left behind in that location, which gives rise to a residual haunting.
Kind of like an imprint or a recorded...
Yes, exactly. It's just the energy left behind by humans inhabiting the location.
Yep.
So, and then an intelligent haunting is, I usually describe that as Casper. It's what most people think of when they think of a ghost.
Yep.
It is an intelligent spirit that is interacting.
It can give you, just remember this, it can give you intelligent responses back, or it can intelligently coexist with you or respond to you. Does that... See, we're on the same page.
Yeah. We are.
I knew we would be, but...
You.
Yeah. I know. So, yeah, I think that... Yeah, definitely day, night. I don't know.
Yeah, as far as day, night, there's no difference in hunting in the day versus hunting at night except for the night vision goggles.
I think it's because things show up better at night, and the lights blink, and night vision can pick up certain hold on, I almost swore. I'm not going to swear this time. I probably will. Who am I kidding? What's the word?
Oh, the infrared?
Thank you. Infrared, yeah, because it picks up different things, which works better at night. So,
yeah.
And it's quieter at night.
Exactly. That's what I was getting ready to say. It's just quieter at night because people aren't as active. You don't have as many cars driving by and that sort of thing. Yeah. So there are definitely some benefits to doing it at night. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. All right.
Okay,
Number 3.
There is no physical evidence of Bigfoot. While there have not been any bodies found, Bigfoot researchers claim there is quite a bit of physical evidence to suggest the creatures exist, including hair, blood, tissue tracks, and yes, poop. There's also a growing community of scientists who believe in Sasquatch, including famed primatologist Dr. Jane Goodall and Dr. Jeffrey Meldrum of Idaho State University, among others. Eric Altman of the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Society stresses that, as far as the lack of physical remains, dead Sasquatch, fossilization requires very specific conditions, and Mother Nature has an effective system of breaking down animal remains in about 10 days. 10 days. Mm-hmm. So a freshly dead specimen of the already rare creature would be hard to find. So
I totally agree with this. And some of my friends are not going to like that I'm saying that. But it's true because, again, paranormal versus science, like you said in the beginning, it wouldn't be paranormal if it was proven. And as much as I love these clay things that it kind of looks like what I made like in 3rd grade, the
ashtrays and stuff you would make for your mother back then. There's no scientific proof behind it yet.
Right. And I have heard about, blood tissue, hair samples and stuff, but again, they don't have the body to tag it back to. It's just unknown. When they run it through their systems, it's an unknown specimen. So, I don't know. One day they do find Bigfoot. Although I listened to a podcast just today about Bigfoot where they were talking about it being a government cover-up. So,
yeah, the conspiracies are running even higher lately than normal.
Well, because everybody's had time to sit home and think about them.
I do think if there's one aspect of proving paranormal, and in my opinion, paranormal is ghosts, cryptids, and ufology, or however you want to word it. And I hit the mic again. Sorry, I'm from Mass. I talk with my hands. You can't hear it. The listeners will hear that I just hit the mic. I think Bigfoot, if it's real, will be the first one to be proven. Because there is blood. It's supposed to be, well, that's iffy too. It's either an interdimensional person or it's a living creature. So if it's real, we might be able to prove that quicker than ghosts, and the government is iffy on proving aliens. So I think Bigfoot might be the easiest.
Could be.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Only old buildings are haunted.
Right.
A decrepit ancient Victorian mansion with broken windows, creaky floorboards, and moldy furniture may be the best haunted house in Hollywood, but it's not where ghosts necessarily hang out. Beyond just old houses, researchers claim to have found paranormal evidence in jails, asylums, hospitals, hotels, museums, battleships, cruise liners, cars, roads, and forests. New locations can also be haunted, as can the ground where a new building is established. There doesn't necessarily have to be a death on the property either. It is widely accepted within the paranormal community that objects and people themselves can be the focus of a haunting. This is so true.
It is. And we kind of discussed it, again, residual hauntings alone. Never mind intelligent, but just residuals.
Yeah, and I've heard people, they build a new house, but it was on the site of, let's say, where a hospital or an insane asylum was, and then they have crazy activity afterwards,
And I love the meme that you see, it's all in white and it's black, like the ghost is going through a wall. Well, maybe when they were alive, whether it's residual or, well, intelligent would know. So residual, they don't know that where that door used to be is now a wall. So they just complete the pattern over and over again.
Exactly. And then, one of the examples I like to give too is Walmart. Do you go into Walmart expecting it to be haunted? No, but could your Walmart be haunted? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. You think about those old readers and stuff who've been there forever and a day, and, they're going around. If the ghost is going around straightening shelves, you wouldn't notice.
No, but how about anything that was there 100 years ago before Walmart existed?
Oh, totally. Exactly.
Yeah. Yep, I get it. I agree.
Yeah. Because a lot of people are like, oh, why didn't you realize that location was haunted before? And it's like, well, do you go into every single building expecting it to be haunted?
Well, most Walmarts weren't even buildings. They were built to become a Walmart.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is not an endorsement for Walmart because Walmart sucks, but that's just my opinion.
Well, I just like the idea of a haunted Walmart. I don't know, for some reason I just kind of...
No, I agree. It doesn't matter. If the land was haunted before, you put a building up, and whatever was haunting that location before that building went up is still going to be haunting it, whether it's intelligent being like, okay, I see the door, or just complete what it used to do. I agree.
Yeah, for sure.
Am I making sense?
Oh, yeah, you're making sense. I think you're making sense. You're making sense to me, so that works.
Well, you have a high you have high expectation. You're a smart woman, so if I'm making sense to you, I'm making sense to listeners. So,
well, let's hope.
You didn't call me stupid on this episode, so we're good so far.
Not this episode.
We still have 6 more to go, so you could still say, "Stop being dumb."
Oh, goodness. All right. Number 5, America's paranormal fascination is new. Although the paranormal has become quite popular with the revival of investigation-based reality shows, America's fascination dates back to the origins of the nation. The paranormal peaked in the U.S. in the mid-19th and early 20th centuries with the introduction of spiritualism.
Can we pause?
Yeah.
I'm smart in some things, and I'm very stupid in other things. Here we come.
Uh-oh.
Try to resist from calling me dumb. So the 19th century would be 1800 something, right?
Yes.
That's where, all right. So, yep, all right, I agree with that then. Sorry, I just wanted to clarify to make sure I'm on the same page. It's 19th century would be 1800s and so forth. It's always the one before.
Right, exactly. I think this next sentence is going to clear that up just a little bit.
Sorry. I'm blind. I can't read.
Let's see. A religious philosophy that espoused that communication with the spirit world was positive. Mary Todd Lincoln, Mark Twain, and Harry Houdini were among the American celebrities who became part of the paranormal conversation, and the public gathered in homes and auditoriums to connect with the dead in seances. Beyond ghosts, future President Teddy Roosevelt wrote of a frontiersman's encounter with a Bigfoot-like creature in 1893, and other Sasquatch stories would periodically make their way into the news. Long before the Battle of Los Angeles in 1942 or the Roswell incident in 1947, airships were reported in the skies above America, and newspaperman S.E. Hayden wrote about the crash of a ship in Aurora, Texas in 1897, about 6 years before the Wright brothers' first flight.
I know about the Aurora, Texas thing, but I did not know about Teddy Roosevelt.
I just listened to that podcast about Bigfoot, and they were talking about Teddy Roosevelt. So that one I just found out about. I didn't know about the one in Texas.
I did know about that, but I did not know about Teddy Roosevelt. And if you were a real friend, you'd be like sending me these links.
Well, I'll send you that podcast.
All right. Sorry, people. She knows I'm kidding.
Mary Todd Lincoln was really into the spiritualism stuff.
I knew that too. Sorry.
Yeah, that one's pretty well known and very popular. And of course, Harry Houdini with his secret password.
That still has never been revealed. We discussed it on a previous. Yeah. I told you, me and my sister have one.
Oh, it's pretty cool.
She can't remember it half the time. But we do have one. But I don't want to give somebody else the same password as her. Or should I give one other person? I'm tossed. Because I'm definitely dying before my sister.
Who do you think you're more likely to haunt, though?
My sister.
Oh, see, there you go.
She's into the paranormal, and it would be fun to irritate her.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, so.
All right, here we go. Number 6, aliens are little green men in flying saucers. Actually, the most popular aliens are little gray men, according to believers. In America, the grays are the archetypes when discussing alien encounters and were supposedly found in the Roswell incident. The creatures supposedly have large black buggy eyes and a slit for a mouth on their oversized noggin. However, aggressive reptilians and blonde-haired Nordic humanoids have also been reported by eyewitnesses, along with dozens of other alien species. As for the flying saucer part, ufologists claim we should add flying crescents, cigar-shaped crafts, triangular ships, and a V-shaped craft with a classic fine soft surface.
And like lizard people. Remember that other show we did with the sauna people?
Yeah.
And lizard people, like. Yeah, this one confuses me. Yeah. Do they show you what you're most afraid of? Do they show you what they are? Are they different specimens? Like people are black, white, Indian, Asian. Like, we can go on and on. So maybe they're just different
humanoid types from different planets.
Yeah, different, I don't know. So they show up differently.
It'll be interesting to see, when they actually land and we figure out what's what.
And we'll know for like 30 seconds and then we'll all be dead. Because
wipe our memories.
They're gonna be like, Earth? What the hell? We saw you 5 years ago, 2020. Nope, we're done.
Yeah, no, we don't want any part of this mess.
Yeah, no, we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. Number 7, no one still believes in vampires. The bloodsuckers from folklore have enjoyed a nice comeback in the paranormal pop culture in the last few years, but they never completely went away in some societies. Recently, Indian politicians placed a $2,000 bounty on vampires sucking the blood from villagers' cattle in the town of Dharampuri in Tamil Nadu, which somebody's probably going, she just totally butchered the pronunciation of that. Which called to mind the 2004 exhumation and subsequent staking of a corpse in Morantu de Sus of Romania. The supernatural ghouls may not resemble the sexy beasts of Twilight and True Blood, but they are still very much alive or undead in various parts of the world. Even within the United States, there are subcultures of individuals who believe they are among a class of vampire, with especially active groups in New Orleans and New York City.
What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I think there's some Twilight people out there who like to believe they're vampires, for sure.
Yeah, but that could just be stupidity. There goes the rest of my fan base from, the last time we did that. These go out of order, so... I lost half my fan base in the Mandela effect. There goes the rest.
Oh, goodness.
I don't think vampires exist. Like, real.
I think it's one of those myth things. But then again, how many myths have actually been proved true and stuff? Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see. I like reading about not ancient, but like stories from the 1800s about people that believe were vampires and stuff. Those are kind of interesting, but.
Yeah. I don't know. I
think it makes a good story.
It does, and it's sexual, and it's fun, and it's adrenaline rushed, and so it does make a good story. I've had somebody on a couple times now discussing vampires. That famous author about vampires doesn't believe they exist, but he still writes about them. So,
well, like I said, it makes for a good story. And I mean, how many people want to come along and be made special and unique and have powers and stuff given to them?
Wouldn't it be good? It explains everything: clairvoyance. All that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's something about the story that people really like, but are they true? I don't know. I guess one day, when the vampire comes along and bites me, I don't know.
But you won't be able to tell anybody. It's
a
secret. Once you're a vampire, you can't. Come on. No. You can't. Oh, this next one should be good.
Yes, here we go, along the same type of lines as the damn. Number 8, modern zombies are supernatural. The term zombie has been in use for well over a century, and before 1968 applied to seemingly soulless slaves created by Haitian voodoo magic. After 1968, when George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead was released, the term was forever changed. Modern zombies are... modern zombies, that cracks me up.
I know.
Modern zombies.
Because the old-fashioned ones did not agree.
Right? Result of an unexplained contagion, but are not supernatural. According to zombie expert Matt Monk of the Zombie Research Society. How do you get into that? Zombie Research Society. The modern zombie is a relentless, aggressive, reanimated human corpse driven by a biological infection. So, supernatural vampires, mummies, Nordic groggers, and all revenants need not apply for brunch with this brunch. Brunch with this bunch. Boy, that was kind of tricky to say.
It was. I don't think zombies exist. But if they were going to, it's going to be some kind of pandemic, some kind of crazy, like, I don't think it has anything to do with supernatural. I think it has to do with science.
Yeah. I think, again, I'll chalk that up to the same category as vampires. It makes a good story.
It does. But I do think this is a possibility somewhere if the Earth lives past, like, 2030, which it's questionable these days. But this is possible.
Not funny yet.
Somebody gets a brain, like, an infection so bad, and, like, any kind of... Look at the pandemic we live in.
Yeah. Well, you just never know. And, I'm not going to say I'm going to rule it out entirely, but...
No. But I think it would be more scientific, medical than supernatural.
Yeah. Number 9, skeptics and believers don't get along. There are actually many skeptics involved in the paranormal community, and they are normally welcomed by investigative groups. When the two groups operate together, the skeptics can assist in disproving misidentified phenomena. If something cannot be disproven, it then leads believers closer to a possible legitimate experience. Dave Schrader, host of the popular paranormal radio show Darkness Radio, says paranormal believers are not at war with the skeptic nation, and he embraces their input because he'd rather be taken seriously when his findings are reviewed. Additionally, most skeptics are confused for cynics, but actively want a paranormal experience. But they want it to be real and not just a false positive.
I agree with most of that.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I think it's good to have somebody who is skeptical on a team because it makes a big difference. You know,
I say it all the time, I know, but I consider myself a skeptical true believer. Like, I'm skeptical of people.
I think most people who are involved in the paranormal community have had something happen to them that they cannot disprove, and that's why they're there, and they're looking to recreate that experience, you know.
But then sometimes you have those people, and here goes the rest of my fan base, that believe anything. Like, anything. It's like, hey, that little girl in your picture is a ghost app. Like, I can prove it, and people still believe it. It's like...
Oh my gosh, the ones where they're like, blow up the picture so bad it's pixelated, and then you see a face.
Yeah, it's called, Oh my God, yes. Like, you see that in the mall, but if you have to blow it up that much.
Yeah, like they take a picture of the woods, they blow it up, so all you can see is pixels, and then they see like 20 faces, and it's just like, no.
The black spots of the eyes, nose, mouth, those are in between leaves, people.
Yeah, and then like any noise. Okay. I watched a video of a team. I won't say which team. I won't even say what the location it was. But anyway, they are at a location. They hear a noise. That was an EVP. I don't know what it was. It was a train. Okay.
Right, well,
it was a train.
Where they were viewing?
It was a train going by. It was the whistle to a train, and they were putting it out as EVP.
But were they? All right, here's my question. And people, listen very closely, because I know I'm a bitch, but what I'm about to say is very important. Did they hear it while they were recording and claim it was an EVP?
Yes.
Because then they have no idea what they're talking about, because if you hear something with your own ears, it is a disembodied voice. An EVP is an electronical voice phenomena that you can't hear with your own ears.
And like if
it's clearly a train.
A few blocks away from a train, railroad tracks, you're going to have trains.
Yeah. But that's my point. If they don't know the difference, not everything is a gosh darn. See, I'm trying not to swear. EVP. The EVP is something so different than what you hear with your ears, and it was just, it was obviously a train going by. And they were putting it out there as an EVP. And I was just like, you have got to be joking. I can't even. People, come on. This is why the community is laughed at. Ugh.
Yeah. Anyway.
And I'm not the brightest bunch. I'm not the brightest bulb in the bunch. I get it. But I at least know different terms.
Like that happen.
Yeah. We all make mistakes, but.
Yeah. Yes.
Don't stand by it.
I mean, there was one time the equipment went off and we got super excited until we realized the refrigerator had just kicked on and it was laying on the table beside the refrigerator. And, at the point that went off, it was super exciting. And then you have that letdown of, yeah, that's why.
But you admit it.
Yeah, for sure. That's
we
not
always,
out there.
If something happens, even if we question it, if something happens, we go with it in the moment, just in case it's not. But if we disprove it after, we're not going to put it out as quote unquote evidence.
Well, and then too, we're looking through the evidence trying to disprove it.
You're looking through the data trying to prove evidence.
Yes. Sorry, Shay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't hurt my feelings.
I know, but we're trying to disprove instead of trying to find anything that may seem anomalous and put it out there as being evidence.
But shouldn't we do both? We should, as investigators. That's what you do. You try to disprove the falseness and try to prove the realness. Like, there should be a balance.
There should be a balance. But I don't know. Like I said, this one was just...
that one. Yeah.
It was obviously a train going by, and anyway.
It's like Twister. Cow. Another cow. Nope, same cow. Like, just admit it, people. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. It is what it is. Number 10, the paranormal is bad for business. Hey, I will agree with this one.
I think Amanda Woomer from Spook Eats will disagree, but okay.
Okay, even if the phenomenon is unexplained, the business world is a big believer in the paranormal. Paranormal tourism, where travelers spend vacation money on pilgrimages to genre conventions and famous hotspots, is an active industry. Instead of shying away from a paranormal reputation, locations are embracing it. Every city seems to have a few ghost tour operations, while haunted house attractions and vampire balls abound, and entire towns in America are defined by their paranormal personalities. The Roswell UFO Festival attracts droves of alien enthusiasts to New Mexico every July. Meanwhile, Point Pleasant, West Virginia belongs to the Mothman, and Salem, Massachusetts has a tourism industry focused on the infamous witch trials. Zombie walks, runs, and obstacle courses, along with proms, protests, and pub crawls, are weekly occurrences in cities across America. And I will totally agree that the paranormal is good for business.
I thought you were saying it was bad for business. So
no.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, because, speaking as a paranormal business owner, when we opened my place up for weddings.
That's why I was confused. I was like.
Yeah, we opened up for weddings. It didn't go anywhere. I started doing ghost tours, and I got a wedding. My first wedding that we had at the farm was because somebody came on a ghost tour.
Yeah.
So, and I had people in my family tell me not to do the ghost stuff because it would chase people off, and I don't know if it has or not, but I can tell you for sure my very first wedding was somebody who came on a ghost tour. So,
but it's a very beloved I can't speak of your wedding stuff, but in the paranormal community, it's a very beloved location. It really is. Like, people connect with these spirits, ghosts, whatever you want to call them. People connect, and they keep going back because.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, you think about, like, you know, the different famous locations, like Waverly Hills or Missouri State Penitentiary. People go repeatedly to those locations because they're haunted. Not because they want to go see an old rundown Waverly Hills sanatorium, but because they might have activity and stuff. So, I mean, and like the bed and breakfasts that are haunted, you know, I mean, they get people that go and stay there just because they're haunted.
Lizzie Borden's. That's the big one in my area, bed and breakfast. That's why it's so famous.
Exactly. So,
all right, in case people don't know, which if they're listening to the show, I'm sure they do know, what is your haunted location, where is it, and how can they reach you? Because let me tell you, I've never been, but half my friends live in that area, and you need to check this place out. So,
thank you, Shay.
You're welcome.
So yeah, I own Cambry House and Farm, CAMBRE. CambryHouse.com is the website, and I'm everywhere pretty much as Cambry House. If you type Cambry into the search engine, I should pop up somewhere. But yeah, it's a historic farmhouse that was built in the 1860s and has never been significantly remodeled from the 1860s. So it's very cool and very original and kind of fun. And yeah, we opened it up for weddings because that's what my grandparents did out there. They had cousins and stuff get married out here. So, you know, that was the initial thing when after we bought it, like, well, we've had a few weddings, we can do a few more, and we'll just throw open the doors and people will come and want to get married. And anyway, that's not exactly how that works. So, but yeah, then we started having some paranormal activity. The more time I spent out here, the more time I realized that it was haunted. And so then it's like, well,
how much time have you spent before we move on? You got to explain. This isn't like 3 months. This is.
Oh, no, this is like, okay, so my grandparents bought the property when I was 4. So I've basically been out here my entire life. Yeah. And, you know, didn't realize it was haunted. That's my Walmart analogy there.
Yeah. Didn't
realize it was haunted until I actually spent the night out here for the first time. So, and that was the realization that, yeah, we had activity going on out here. Lots of footsteps, lots of noises and stuff. And so, yeah, it's been an interesting journey for sure.
Is your son still sleeping there?
Oh, yes.
Is he still having experiences?
All the time.
Yeah, see?
And
before I forget, if you guys don't know Cambry House, Traveler's Moon on Facebook did an extensive, they've been there multiple times, but they did interview. You can get all the history. Check it out. I thought they did a great job with that. What was that, 2 months ago?
Yeah, that was a couple months ago. Yeah. So, yeah, I've definitely, and I've been on Shay's podcast, too. So I
can't remember my own stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like I said, type Cambry in a search engine, and I should pop up all over the place.
If you can't find it, message Paranormal Buzz Radio, and we'll give you the link. But if you're in that, what area is it in?
I am in central Illinois.
Yeah.
Kind of right by the border of Iowa. Actually, I'm right on the Mississippi River. So. Yeah.
We don't always do this, but it is a great location. people speak so highly of it, whether they know I know Rebecca or they don't. Like, I see all this stuff, so I just wanted to get it out there for once.
Well, yeah, and like I said, I don't talk about it all the time on here, but when we're talking about, the haunted tourism, yeah, I do have a haunted tourist location, so there. All
right. I think our time is well past up. We're going to have another long episode.
Oh, we've overtalked, but anyway.
So
this was an interesting one.
I liked it. And it was easy. That's what I need. I needed stress-free, easy highlight of my week right here.
There we go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. So you want to shout out like our group and all that stuff? Actually mention the group and mention it right?
Maybe I'll mention it right. No guarantees.
Yeah. I'm here to help.
Facebook group is Exploring the Unknown Podcast with Rebecca and Shay. In the group, we share the articles that we talk about here, and you can also share your own article for us to talk about, and we'll give you a special shout out.
Yeah, and eventually I would like to have guests, so if you really believe strongly, if you're free and you can, if it works out, and you can put up with our nonsense, or my nonsense.
Article you want to argue with us about,
Yeah. We all know Rebecca's the level-headed one. It's me you can argue with, so. Unless it's about Ricky Schroeder and Silver Spoons, and she's wrong. Anyway, see, I'm never going to let you live it down. It's the only time you've ever been wrong. You're never going to live it down. Ever.
Probably not. Maybe I just need to rewatch Silver Spoon, and then I'll find him in there, and I'll be like, haha.
There is very few things I'm so positive about. So if I'm like positive, there's still a small chance I'm wrong. But if I'm that I'm like, nope, I know.
Anyway.
Yeah. I still love you.
I know. All
right, guys.
It has happened before. But.
Yeah, but you're not wrong much. So that's why I got to keep pointing it out, because you're very intelligent. You're not wrong much. So when you are wrong, I'm just going to keep saying, that one time you were wrong.
Keep me humble.
I am. That's what you do for me, so I'm going to do it for you.
Here we go.
All right, guys. We will see you next Sunday. Have a great week.
Thanks, guys.